for everyone else. God, I've got some blessed quiet in my ears now the music's gone. I have a second... Oh my god. I have a second game for you, which is the demo of Neoproxima. In the last hour between me opening the stream and me getting ready to open the game, it's had an update ready. So give us 1 minute. Actually, no, it's done already. It was a very small update. But yeah, so the demo is being updated, being worked on, I guess, as we speak. That's quite impressive. Yeah, let's jump right on in. See if we can show you some of that. So Neoproxima, this one is a sort of a text adventure, and it's set during the Cold War. Can I get this on your screen, or is it just going to be black forever? There we go. One Neoproxima. Play. Can you all hear this actually? Yes, it looks like you can. Fantastic. 200 years. That's all it took from the first car to traveling the galaxy. Blessed by a celestial gift, what was once beyond reach became accessible, finite, and transient. Our perception changed. With an unbounded future before us, new questions replace the old ones. What happens when the last star dies? I mean, it's not a question we have to worry about for a while. Okay. I'm floating in a void. Yet my body hurts. From the darkness comes a menacing voice. I try to drift away, taking refuge in the nothingness surrounding me. The voice is getting more imperious. Finds me and grabs me. And it speaks French. I think we are Farah. Allez, Mademoiselle Farah. I emerged from sleep as if from an extended apnea. My entire body tense, my head raised instantly. Hi there. He's been calling all morning. I barely distinguish Simone. I've got a little right. The owner of the octopus. Oh yes, okay, obviously, the owner of the octopus. I curse my tense body as my head starts spinning. What the hell happens? I force my eyes to open a bit more, sitting on a small chair in front of a steel table, facing a lot of beer. The Octopus Bar, the first and only bar in Kairos. Founded by the French in 73, Kairos is our home for now. The site is filled with Colossus ruins. The main attraction is the sarcophagus. Not really, they only want to serve decent food. In front of me, swimming in his aquarium, the real alien tech-enhanced octopus is returning my gaze. Okay, and here is Duncan. Hello? Duncan is Chenda's husband. Huh? He's just better at hiding it. Well, take a look at the clock. 8 AM. That's not much sleep. Night would have been a tad better if Ivan did not blow up his truck in the middle of the street an hour ago. Oh dear. Simone grumbles to herself for answering the phone, speaks in French. She slams it down, harder than necessary, and comes back to our table. That was the Commandant for the 4th time this morning. We wanted to be sure you were on your way to some kind of ruin. The old woman can be an angel, she sure doesn't enjoy acting as our secretary. I told him you're already gone, so move it. Okay. Duncan can carry Chen, the most brilliant physicist I know, to the truck. Ah, you can walk, excellent. Oh, you've got blueprints. Amazing. My short friend stands up to illustrate her point, before puking all over the floor. Oh dear. We get up, more carefully, and give her some of my water. Giant Man lifts her off the floor without effort as we exit the bar and get in our truck. the arrow keys to drive. Oh no. Really? The actual arrow keys? Okay, mercifully not the actual arrow keys we can use for stats. Are you sure you should drive? I don't really know where we're going, but I guess not this way. They're arguing over who's driving. Okay, luckily they've cutscened us for the driving, because the cutscene knows where to go. Just so it's those snowbanks to beat your truck on. It's gonna be fine. Oh dear. Is it southeast? Why are we going southwest then? Try to rest. I told you celebrating yesterday was a stupid idea. I like how it's instantly discovered that I'm a terrible driver and has taken over control of driving from me. I'm gonna take a nap, wake me up once we get there. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think any of you should be driving, given the introduction that I just had to you. Complaining is Duncan's way of handling pressure. Okay, currently have a civilized conversation while hanging to a wall above a 700-meter abyss. Okay, I guess we've had a time jump then. Had a good start though. The command's coordinates were correct. We found the ruin alright. Oh, we have a Farlus in chat. Hi there, how's it going? Long time no see. We're doing some gentle texty stuff right now. It's 1973 and we're in space. The structure is hugging a deep canyon that has been breached by falling rocks. This proved to be a blessing. As the main door stayed stubbornly closed, we had to get creative to advance further. We dropped most of our gear and started climbing and opening in the building. Or so I thought. The absence of good grips and the raging wind made it too precarious. The hangover probably doesn't help either. Okay, this is the demo to a game called Neoproxima, which I know very little about. We've only been doing it for sort of 5 minutes or so. Look down at my partners. Duncan's holding well. Shen is white as a ghost. She won't hold much longer. The rope and its grapple are heavy in my right hand. I aim to get 3 meters higher. As a European, I'm used to the MKS system that evolved into the International System of Units. Sure, I bet it will become a universal standard in a few years, even if some countries still use other metrics. The rope and its grapple are heavy in my right hand. I aim at the opening 3 meters higher. I don't really know what that means. Okay, I've got a spinner. I don't control the spinner though, I just make it go. The hook finds a crack, I pull it in place. The wind screams again, engulfing the canyon below us. We're not gonna last. Transfer says those other countries are wrong. The ones that use other metrics. I mean, on the one hand, yes they are, but on the other hand, I still can't cope with speed in anything other than miles per hour, so... We climb up and crawl in a small opening. Chen is white, her legs are shaking, Duncan seems to be doing just fine. The man's a beast. I leave the rope in place, we might need to exit the way we came in. Switch my attention to the room. A simple rectangle, to its side made from the grey concrete the Colossus seemed to love. The ancient civilization we borrow technology from. I love this, the footnote system though. This is great. Lived on this planet a few centuries ago, it seemed to have disappeared. No one knows why. The others are made of some kind of glass panels covered by dust or vines. Gives an impressive view of the canyon. The sun sheds light on something more peculiar. A huge room, probably 1,000 square meters. Okay, that is a huge room. It's empty. Marks on the ground prove it was not always the case. Something or someone removed everything. Artie says I can do well with meters per second. That's only because of KSP. I can't turn meters per second into a speed that I can comprehend, because like 8 meters per second is quite fast, even though Even though A, it doesn't feel that fast in KSP until you hit the ground at 8 meters per second, and then you realize, oh, actually 8 meters per second was very fast to hit the ground. But then also, like, what is 8 meters per second in sensible units? Hang on a sec. Give me a second. Just doing Google. 8 meters per second in miles per hour. So yeah, 8 meters per second is 18 miles per hour, which, like, if you hit something at 18 miles per hour, you notice that you've hit it at 18 miles per hour. It's not, like, gonna kill you or anything, but, like, it's deceptive. It's deceptive how fast even quite a small number of meters per second actually is. I turn to Duncan. How do you feel, or what do you think? What do you think? No looters could have done that. Okay. It looks small in the giant room. The architects were tall, extremely tall. Duncan would have been a dwarf to them. It's possible we're wasting our time here. How do you feel? Good. Let's not do that again. We could have come back better prepared. This was not necessary. To be fair, I didn't have a choice. Since when are you afraid of a little climbing? Oh, Farah. Bad Farah. Oh, I've got things here. Oh, I've got an inventory. I've got an alien bomb? I've got a personal terminal. I've got a sound recorder. It says safe landing speeds tend to be anywhere from 0 to 10 meters per second, given good suspension. Yeah. I don't know what speed real life capsules land at. I'm guessing it's not 10 meters per second. It's the most famous sandwich opat, which gives +4 strength. Store credit, okay. Duncan has plenty of qualities. Blah blah blah. You saved my life several times since we arrived on Neoproxima, the alien planet where the UFOs came from. Breathable atmosphere, incredible wildlife. A new frontier, the first stone paving man's way to the stars. Never once have I had to save his life. He also has some flaws, like overprotecting. If you're all about to fall and die, I don't think that's overprotecting. Not quite sure I was in such a hurry to enter this place. The plot. Other than finding what could be the key to open the largest ruin this planet has to offer. He's right, this was foolishly bold. No point dwelling on the past. Shaska says, I typically aim for 0 to 5 meters per second, which gives a bit of a safety margin. Gravity accelerating exponentially and all that. Before I can add anything, a deep and ethereal sound starts echoing in the building, looping slowly while the ceiling begins to shine gently. Okay. Chen stands up immediately. The excitation has erased all fatigue from her face. It's a good sign, a really good sign. Intrusion alarm and power. The alarm seems pretty low pitch, maybe even lower than all previous records. We have the microphone. Okay, Shen is smaller than me. She has more energy than both Duncan and I put together when it comes to Colossus stuff. Now is most ruins are not really protected. Sure, you may need to climb or blow up some walls once you're in, that's it. When there's an alarm, it means game-changing discoveries. Could be anything. Colossus is pretty funny about that. Usually it triggers non-lethal countermeasures, sealing things off, auto-destruction of rooms or artifacts. In one case, the building sank into the ground. Non-lethal for them is not always safe for us. The crew got stuck and starved to death. We don't have the strength to pull an emergency Colossus hatch. So the alarm's tuned, pretty sure it's going to be lethal this time. There's nothing we would like to stick around. You see, the lower the tune, the more dangerous it gets. Okay. How long do we have? I'd say there isn't any real pattern. Could be 10 minutes, could be an hour. No more than an hour. About 30 minutes. She still seems pretty chill about things. Okay, what kind of discoveries? This one has even more potential. The Commandant told us enough I can make some assumptions. The old man is smart enough to know we'd guess our real goal here, but I mentioned it. I think the key is here. object helps against the sarcophagus. The sarcophagus is a massive black sphere stuck deep into the ground north of the colony. Okay. We're pretty much kids playing with grown-up toys, so we must be careful. We won't want another Tainea incident. There was a research base south of Cairo City. The base blew up in a nuclear explosion 2 months ago. Oh dear. Right. She gives a quick look to her husband. No, hang on, I read my bit. Advance. Let's move. We should be able to open it. We all pull together. Force the door. I see. Success. The door slowly opens on a glass-walled corridor with a spectacular view. In front of the door, an elevator shaft with no elevator. The corridor continues right and left. Oh, we've got like a little map here. I see, okay. Use the rumours button to keep track of your adventure. Oh, this looks very Outer Wildsy. I like this. Commandant Listow. Famous on Earth for his work around nature and its protection, the Commandant was sent to Neoproxima by de Gaulle's government to lead the French efforts. Kairos Key. Based on what Listow told us, Shane theorized that an artifact is needed to open the door. We should investigate. We also have the ruin. Seems to have been emptied, which is weird. It's protected. And the sarcophagus. Biggest ruin ever found, the reason Kairos colony was established. A gigantic structure digging deep into the ground, topped by a giant sphere. Attempts to get inside were all major setbacks. The content of the sarcophagus is highly debated. For some, the fact we found Colossus tech everywhere quite easily is proof the sarcophagus has a more symbolic purpose. Others, the Colossus never planned that this sarcophagus could contain better preserved, more precious technologies. Okay, elevator, left or right? Well, I don't particularly fancy climbing, so let's go right. Hug the right hand. This may have been a small lab, kind of looks more like a jungle in a box. Roof collapsed. It's been colonized with stuff. The glass panels on the exterior walls provide the necessary light. The air is surprisingly moist. Cleaning the whole place would take days. Got a new rumour for that. The plants are a species of invasive vines, reminiscent of those that cover homes in Earth. Earth has lost some of its prestige. Still, despite the new features offered by Colossus Tech, Cold War gets hotter every year. Like most things on Neoproxima, these are oversized. Okay, here's our Neoproxima. Rumour. Big blue ball. More cyan than blue, a bit smaller than Earth, but still, sure. Oh dear, Shaska is torturing D&D players. Oh no. Those are pretty common. Most colonies in temperate areas have to fight against them constantly to prevent buildings from collapsing under the weed mass. We are back in a glass-walled corridor. Let's check the other room. Half the room sits in the canyon down below. What's left looks like a 200 square meter living space. On the other side of the room, a circular niche in the wall and its interface seem to be active. Like in most Colossus rooms, vegetation is taking over. The construction materials are engineered to be biodegradable. The whole floor is covered by thick purple bushes. Their thorns are big and sharp enough to pierce our suits. We could try jumping on the tables. We should boost our stamina before the climbing to control on all of us. We better eat something. We have one of Simon's famous sandwiches in our backpack. Use the sandwich to boost your willpower, okay? So this is our willpower at the top. Most actions consume willpower, okay? Let's jump. And we needed at least 6. Alright, we've got an each. So I'm guaranteed to succeed. Everyone else is likely to succeed. Sure. We get across elegantly and access the device. Definitely a storage accessor. Teleport small objects. Trying to replicate this technology on Earth did not go well for the Yankees. Interesting. This particular accessor is composed of a niche inside the wall. A black cube next to it. Did not use screens, buttons, or keyboards for physical objects taking geometric shapes like this cube. Each of its sides is composed of around 40 small facets. Most complex have thousands. The movements and the sounds the cube produces convey all the necessary information. Facets also function as buttons. This is a really cool setting. I love this. Chen recently told me those specific cubes inspired a Hungarian called Rubik, who created a toy last year! Oh, we also have a new rumour. What's our new rumour? First men to set foot on this lushing planet in 65 must have felt the same rush as Earth explorers. High level oxygens resulting in oversized fauna and flora, no toxic gases. Probably could not believe their luck. Till today, Neoproxima compatibility with our kind is a mystery. Okay. It's selling pretty well, although he refutes the obvious inspiration. Ah! Looks beautiful, with copper-like highlights shining under the sun. While they're quite common, the feeling is still the same. Despite its apparent simplicity, it was built by an alien race hundreds of years ago. I'm lucky enough to be here to discover them. Is there anything more exhilarating than being the first? Gently put my hands against the cube, which shines a pale blue light, emits a looping sound as its facets start moving up and down. Okay. I don't know. Oh, okay, right. I need to put in all of the various items. Let's open this baby up. Let's see what we have on the menu here. Shannon fetches our microphone, connects it to our boxy computing terminal. I'll help Duncan install the camera. The hard drive spins while it starts the scan, but I already know the results. A Z battery. A few seconds later, Chen's telephone tries to confirm. I'm good at this. That's the closest thing to a compliment I'll get from Duncan in a while. I smile at his remark while looking at my terminal, checking where to touch the cube to access the battery. Teleportation is so instantaneous it's always a bit disconcerting. Duncan bags a small object with a satisfied look. This will sell well. Okay, so we now have a Z battery pack. Back. Oh, I need to pick it up, I see. Okay. Well, only one place left to check. That's the only way downwards. The round walls are transparent, some kind of highly resistant glass. On the floor above, the elevator blocks the entrance. I doubt we can use it. The shaft opens onto the void at its base. Climbing down without equipment is a no-go. Okay, well, we've checked everything. Back in the jungle lab. We could use the thick vines to make a makeshift rope. Cut a rope. Okay. But you do have to backtrack slightly. Let's use the plant rope to climb down. Hold the makeshift rope. Chen and Duncan hold the rope, I lead the way. 5 meters down, I'm in front of the next and last exit. As soon as I step on the cornice, the alarm changes, getting awfully loud. Chen lets out a scream. Make good, Farah! There's clearly some kind of warning in this sound, even if my ears can't understand the meaning. My attention is fixed on the doors in front of me. They're not like the usual doors. They're darker, almost black. Some reactive matter. Nanoparticle material was first discovered after excavating the sarcophagus. Surface is made of billions of small particles, unlike every other material in the world, obviously, allowing it to change shape and even heal. The most precious items. Jen's voice seems worried. Yeah, my talkie. Stay put, I'm calling the commandant. Current boss will want to know about this. I choose the correct channel and press the orange button. Ici Farah appelle pour la commandante. Ici nouveau continent? 18 tears an instant over. Guess mine's not so rusty then. We're still here. What is going on, Farah? Quickly summarize our progress. Looks like we found the vault. A few seconds of silence. As I press the button to repeat my message, you find the answers. Parfait, great work. I'm going to send a team. We can't take any risks. I think we already are. Countermeasures can trigger any time. I say we blow the door, grab the prize, and get out. No, no, no. You don't understand. Wait for my team. Do not touch anything. That's an order. Shut both him and the talkie off. The commandant has always been a control freak. He'll have his key, but I will be the one to touch it first. Oh, Farah. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I'm going to have a quick drinky. Because yeah, there's a fair bit of talking in this. Kind of a shame in a way, because I love this so much, but I definitely couldn't stream this. I just want to play some Outer Wilds now. I have never played the Outer Wilds, and it's really sad because I watched NerdCube's full playthrough of it, and I loved it to pieces. I adore that game. But having seen the full playthrough of it, I feel like I can't really realistically play it myself, because I know all of the mysteries effectively now, and it's kind of sad. Oh, hi Duncan's here. Lister wants us to wait. I say we open this box, throw the explosives. Throwing a sight to answer, Chen is already pulling up the rope. I knew she would not turn around not this close. You haven't technically finished it? It is so good, yeah, fellas. Chance, right? Talking about suspension. Behind this door lays the key to open the biggest room we ever found. Who has the key will be the next Carnarvon. Also known as George Edward Stanhope, was the fifth Earl of Carnarvon, a British born aristocrat. He's best known for sponsoring the excavation of Tutankhamun's tomb. Let's just hope the Colossus did not leave a curse like the pharaohs. Use alien bomb. Duncan straps the explosives to the rope. I quickly set up the fireworks, tracing lines with the alien chemicals setting the power source before climbing back up. Precision charges like those are rare, a marvelous example of mankind adapting the peaceful Colossus technology to blow things up. Wonderful. Even so, there's a real possibility it won't crack the nanoparticle doors. Kara's sarcophagus has never been breached, the material healing itself too fast. Go boom! Oh, I think we might have died there briefly. A quiet buzz followed by the sound of a heavy object falling down. We abseiled down. Perfect opening has been cut in the doors. The fallen slab, 20 cm thick, has felt inward. Fallen inward? Cut from any power source, the nanites look dead. Not that hard after all. Stepping inside, there's an immediate unsettling stillness, and I have to sneeze. Hang on. Boomer says all you know is Outer Wallace. The Wallace and Gromit crossover vids? I don't think I've seen those. Well, I know what I'm googling after the stream is over. My goodness. There's an immediate unsettling stillness. The absence of time's pull. It's challenging to describe. Imagine walking into a room and feeling your heartbeat slow down. It feels like walking underwater, without resistance. Our steps echo softly, each footfall lingering more than it should. feeling fades quickly, the room starts moving as the alarm hits my ears. That thing is not happy. Duncan and Chen and Jeremy are looking at the spheres in the middle of the room. Twice bigger than a basketball, the sphere is levitating. The sphere is not happy, its multitude of facets moving up and down, creating waves on its surface. The intensity of the message and its urgency are apparent. The walls are alive too. Maybe we could mistake that. Maybe we should have waited for the stir. Pause, the room is as beautiful as it is distressing, with its walls and the sphere changing shape following the same rhythm. Should you really push forward and disturb such a place? No! Where's the no button? Where's the leave this place, you utter fools button? That's what I want to know. That's the button I'm after. Key is worth nothing to the dead. Give me a no button! Game! I unfreeze and advance towards the sphere. Each step increases the volume and my jaws start clenching. Now putting a microphone and camera. Transfer says consider orb. This is good consider orb background noise. This is exactly the kind of noise I would want an orb to make while I considered it. And based on that, I guess I'm going to close my eyes and listen. Half the information's in the sound. Message is slow, repeated. I let it resonate in me. I separate each layer, immersing myself in the flow. It sounds extremely complex, trying to say too much at once. I lose myself, searching for anything I can recognize. Much of the message remains cryptic, with some concepts never encountered on Neoproxima. Time, knowledge, danger. Open my eyes and look. Well, we knew all of that anyway. That doesn't help. Open my eyes, look at my partners behind me. Chen is cross-legged. Can't translate what it says. Maybe the French will know more. Losing their colonies and their status as a leading power, the French saw the crash of a UFO in Châteauroux in 62 as a sign of destiny. Sticking to its policy, de Gaulle, still leading at 85 thanks to a perpetual state of crisis, decided that France would travel to the stars alone as a true rival of the USA and USSR. In truth, the French limit themselves to small-scale operations except for Kairos. We can crack it open anyway. So advanced yet it feels like taking candy from a baby. Security was really not their main concern. It took us less than 10 years to use their tech better than them. She looks at me, a faint smile on her lips and in her eyes. I don't know what this says about the humanity though. Chen would not mind about danger. Duncan, he would agree eventually. Sometimes it's easy to apologise and to ask permission, and time is of the essence. No point alarming them. Let's crack it open, send me the pattern. I grab my terminal. Portable computer is technological wonder. It's all Earthling tech. Somewhat flat orange box with 2 flat screens. Brand new thing called LCD, weighing only 3 kilos. Strap it to my shoulder, unwind the network cable. She plugs into the computing terminal. After a few seconds, the readings are displayed in real time. Orange text and data charts. Transfer says, I guess we're not having an A with little hat. No, there's like a fair few text errors that have happened so far, which I've noticed, and like they don't break my immersion or anything, but I guess it would be nice to have those fixed. It's entirely possible that the devs aren't native English speakers, I don't know. New rumour, we found a vault. Commandant told us to wait, but we didn't because we're stupid. I raised my hand to touch the sphere, and nanoparticles emerged to form a smaller one, linked to its mother by a thin string of particles. Exhibit A. I proceed to follow instructions. 2 taps at the right place. Suddenly everything's still. The walls stop moving. Their miniature city is frozen in place. The alarm echoes one last time. Soon all we can hear is our equipment and our breathing. As it stops, the sphere transforms itself, morphing into spherical gold rings, not unlike an armillary sphere. auxiliary spheres are really cool, but I have no idea what they're for. They just look good. The rings morph once again almost immediately. Form a black cube with something on top of it. When the key creation is complete, I can feel their surprise echoing with mine. That's what it says, which is a valid purpose in itself. I guess, yeah. It's a hell of a lot of effort for something this small. At least getting out of here will be easy. Made of the same nanoparticles as the sphere, the object looks like a simple ring. Wider than my forearm, it has no special features whatsoever. Even by Colossus standards, this is minimalist. We join him in laughing. I expect a bit more panache. This is the key to unlocking one of the biggest mysteries mankind's ever faced. Could look like a Soviet toaster for all I care. Soviets were the 6 UFOs that crashed on Earth in '62. 2 crashed in USSR territory, giving the country a tactical edge. Since then, the Russians have been accused of breaking several UN rules about the use and traffic of Colossus tech. Accusations, the country immediately turned against their rival. Truth is, nobody seems to have respected the UN decision. Well, there's a surprise. People flouting international law and ignoring what the UN says could never happen. Not in our lifetimes. Duncan taps my shoulder twice, and after kissing Chen quickly, starts unplugging our gear. You the honor boss. You sure? You deserve this. Appreciation touches me. As I know mine touches her. We never had any competition between us, only respect since we met in Paris 10 years ago. Oh, I think it's raining outside in the game, I mean. You know I do love some good rain sounds. I drove her to Neoproxima. Her inventions allowed us to play with the big boys to beat even the best US or Soviet teams. So in the decade with the fear of being outpaced, the Soviets beat them twice, in '61 and in '63. Oh, the Soviets got the first man on the moon in this continuity. Oh, I guess with the help of alien tech. America finally got a win by repairing Neoproxima's first space elevator in '65. Since then, Kennedy, still in power after his second mandate, thanks to a special Star War martial law, has grown more and more aggressive, resolute to plant American flags everywhere in the galaxy. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Artie says 63 is fast, especially if the ship only crashed in 62. Like, that is... Let's say the ship crashed on January 1st, 62, and they hit the moon in last day of 1963. That is 2 years to turn around reverse engineering alien tech and taking it to the moon. Thanks to her, I'm going to open Tutankhamun's tomb rather than being stuck in a lab. I'm not sure how I would have reacted if she touched the key first. Deep inside me, a little voice is screaming at this moment is mine. It's probably true, I'm ashamed of the thought. I raise my hand towards the key when I feel the floor starting to shake. What the hell? I thought this planet had no tectonic activity. It's getting stronger. The structure is beaten up, I say we move. He grabs Chen's arm and runs to the door, leaving our equipment on the floor. Take the key. Who needs to live, right? Okay, we've lost our machine and our recording, our camera, which doesn't have a sprite, and we've lost our sound recorder. The floor starts rumbling harder. I run out of the motionless vault, looking more like a death trap than the wonder it was a few minutes ago. Chen is climbing upwards. Who goes next? Okay, I've only got the option to let him go first. Okay, the whole building is shaking now. I watch rocks and dirt sliding down the canyon around us. I look up to Duncan, who steps on the balcony and signals me to start climbing. Check the outside to stop moving and climb 2 meters before the sound hits me. A powerful, almighty roar coming from the north. Then comes the wave. A purple-coloured water rampaging through the canyon, annihilating everything in its path. It's probably flowing from the mountain range north of Kairos Colony. Maybe the Colossus are not as naive as they assumed. Maybe they had more security measures in place after. Pull together. Failure. The rope is moving too much, my muscles are too tense. I lose my left hand grip, so my right hand follows. Before I can start screaming, my legs hit the balcony below me. My ankles take a hit and I fall on my ass. The adrenaline pumping into my veins, I stand up and catch the rope again. It's too late. I look upward and understand that Duncan came to the same conclusion. Chen screams as he pushes her deeper inside the building. I let the rope go, and take a last look at the blue monster rushing towards me. We were so close. I run into the vault. The irony strikes me as the wave strikes the building. This vault was no tomb before we came. Now it's mine. Accept your fate. Oh, well, we're not dead. They seem to not have a Chen here, interestingly. Duncan's groan wakes me up. I join him immediately. My head hurts and I feel like carp. But I feel, which is quite unexpected. Light is piercing through my eyelid. Something's not right. The vault doesn't have windows. It shouldn't be bright in here. What are we doing here? He starts shaking me up. A dangerous move considering his strength. I get out of his grip and risk opening both eyes. Not laying on the cold floor of the vault, but on a steel table, facing a half a dozen pints of beer and an octopus. What are we doing back here? I did not hear him stand up. His face is white from fear. He's patting himself looking for wounds and finding none. Turns to my right to check Chen's reaction. She's gone. Somebody pulled us out of this room and brought us back. If both Duncan and I are out, well, Chen is the best candidate. Where is she? His big Scottish mouth be damned. His planting... He hears planting nails in my head? Something's wrong. Feels like a flashback. Did I lose the key? I have the key. He looks at it like it's going to bite and then shakes his head. All I remember is a lot of water. And drowning, vividly. Now I feel like I drown in booze. I never drowned before, it sure does feel similar to a hangover. I should check my watch. Saturday, 8th of June, 75. Quick look at the clock above the bar shows 6:23. This means my watch is giving the correct time but the wrong date. Seems I'm going to have to replace my trustful Casio. Did not enjoy the little bath. That's weird though, did we really spend the whole night sleeping on this table? I expected Simone to have cleaned our mess after this long. I can hear her in the kitchen. She'll open in a few minutes. Hello, Paul? Who's Paul? The steel circle supports the bar. The main attraction is amidst the gigantic aquarium with the octopus. Our own version of the Arthurian table, featuring a holy grail in the form of a key and a squid for a king. The king currently playing with an empty bottle of Chateau... Oh, there we got a little A-hat. Chateau Haut-Brion 55. The exact same wine we drank last night to celebrate our last blunder. Empty bottles are lined up in front of us both. It's like somebody cleaned Shen's mess, but not ours. Bar's neon light and bright colours hurt my eyes. All the furniture is the best of the best. Plastic chairs, steel tables, orange carpeting. The previous owner did not spare any expense to make it look like a New York bar. The Frenchman wanted to open an exclusive spot for wealthy tourist hunters. Sadly for him, he got eaten by lapis, or lapis, during a safari shortly after opening the bar. The Russians call them tikia lapi, quiet pawns. Nobody knows who really met the monsters first, everybody knows someone who died eaten by them. The bar's strong, vicious, and hunting pairs. Without weapons, you're as good as dead. Oh dear. Simone bought the place, arrived from Earth a few weeks later. Not sure how or why, the old woman has held a firm hand on her brasserie ever since. Her old school trinkets contrast sharply with the rest of the room. The range slowly shifts into second gear when Duncan stands up a second time. We go back to the ruin. She probably went back there with Cousteau's team. Exchange a look with Simone preparing her morning shift as we exit, but Duncan doesn't stop for their chit-chat. Our trusted truck is waiting for us near the entrance, half buried in mud, which means Chen must have taken a ride with Cousteau after bringing us here. I feel as much as I hear an explosion in the distance. Safety in Kairos has never been great, but 2 explosions 2 mornings in a row, that's uncommon. Uncommon, not surprising. There are plenty of Ivans toying with more than they can handle. If we go southeast, we need to cross the bridge and then follow the canyon south. I am in control of the driving this time. Oh, I crashed. My game was saved. I can feel a plastic dashboard stuck to my left cheek as I wake up. Not sure how long I slept. It did not help. I need to look into the eyes of an octopus again. Instead of the truck's dashboard, I'm face down on the table in the octopus bar. Farah! I smiled despite my headache. Duncan found her, drove us back here and let me sleep. We got the key, the 3 of us are alive, I can sleep to tonight's celebration. All this was a simple misunderstanding. Where is Duncan? I went to look for you, my voice sounds like a raven's croak. I thought he found you and turned around. What are... Voice deep inside me starts screaming and is getting loud as I turn my head to my left. This voice knows something is wrong. Duncan's chair is empty, the table in front of him is missing the bottles of whiskey he's fond of. I look at my wrist. On the right, the key is still wrapped nicely. On the left, my digital watch is insisting it's still the 8th of June. The scream inside me finally reaches a peak. We need to get out of here. Let's look for Duncan. The words feel fake. She's kind enough to nod and follow me to the door. The morning sun welcomes us as soon as we step out of the brasserie, illuminating Kairos. The truck is parked at the same spot, in the mud in front of the octopus metal door. When it's parked, the light reflecting on its carrosserie, everything screams deja vu. Farah, tell me I'm dreaming, please. Chen is pulling my sleeve, pointing a group down the street. I recognize them immediately. Ivan's crew. A bunch of idiots, supported by the Soviets' deep pockets. Except those D-bags are supposed to be dead. Used some Colossus tech to improve their engine, blew up in the middle of Kairos. Yesterday morning. Blew up yesterday morning. The explosion woke us up, and I clearly remember seeing the flames before going back to sleep inside the bar. As I suddenly recall the sound I heard when Duncan drove off a few hours ago, I see the group entering their vehicle. We could save them, I guess. I shout as loud as I can. I see Ivan's head turning towards us as he settles in the driver's seat. Moron smiles before turning the ignition. The orange light beams the street. In the blink of an eye, the truck shrinks on itself, crushing the passengers and causing a massive explosion. It took less than a second. All that's left is a clump of metal, no bigger than a suitcase surrounded by blood and petrol on fire. A few colonists quickly gather around the accident, shouting orders and trying to extinguish it, but I barely process. All I can think of is Ivan's dumb face who was getting into the car. The man who died today. The man who also died yesterday. I can't articulate anything. We both stare at the small fire in silence for a while. So he's dead again then. I need to know what this does. I need a lab and a well-equipped one. The stove should give us access to his. In the street, the fire is finally under control. A small crowd is already dispersing, idiots blasted by Colossus tech, normal day in Kairos. Chen rubs her arms to warm up. It's probably less than 10C. Data from the vault and its sphere may help too. We should go back to the ruin. Okay, so, new plan, don't crash. We have successfully not crashed. this is the canyon? Oh, we've got lots of new stuff to look at, my god. Space range civilization left Neoproxima 200 years ago. We don't know what they look like. They left us clues to guess their size. Twice as big as humans. No idea where they came from or why they left. The class seems to have favoured peace and harmony, as most of their texts are non-violent. Powerful energy source can easily become a bomb, even if humanity had no experience doing the opposite. They use a combination of complex sounds and melodies in addition to shape-shifting objects to communicate. Says maybe I'm just saying this because we're French. That really looks like a Renault van. Ah! I don't think I could accurately identify such a thing. The planet atmosphere forbidding the use of any powered flying vehicle. Catapult colonists are crash landing onto the planet as best they can. As a result, Kairos is mostly composed of wrecked spaceships housing the colonists and a few buildings composed of cargo containers. The French, who are apparently calling froggies, did not come here by chance. Littered with ruins, including the biggest ever found. Oh my god, there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff here. Paul the Octopus, the weird lab-altered mollusk. Sometimes referred to as the King of Kairos. +1 something each loop. Oh. Okay, so we've got like a proper Outer Wilds style mystery that I guess we can investigate lots of, and a time loop. This is great. I don't know where the ruin is. I don't know where the vault is. Oh look, my willpower goes down over time. Got stuck there for some reason. Not quite sure why. I haven't been able to find the place that we're supposed to go. That's the only problem. The map is not mappy enough. Limbo. Gain the wood stick into my sore cheek. Gain the smell of beer and wine. I gain the headache. I gain a grumpy Duncan. I tell him I was with Chen moments before. He looks reassured for an instant, knowing his beloved is alive, but doesn't last. He looks shaken, even for him that's a lot to take. I rub my fingers on my temples, trying to ease the pain. The loop restarted when I fell asleep. What loop were you talking about? I'm finally able to tell him about our loop theory. How do we stop this? This is the cause, right? I agree. Should we just take it off? I did not talk about this option with Chan. I think I should keep it until we know more, or we are reunited, the three of us. Should we rest a bit or save Ivan? We only have an instant to save him. We storm out of the bar and rush to his car. A few meters are enough to make me pant and sweat, and I can barely stand. Hello Farah, nice to meet you. Dark hair, dark eyes. Ivan is an impressive man, not by stature, but due to natural charisma. He always looks perfectly happy to be where he is. When he leaves Berlin, he never complains about his past. Yet he won't hesitate an instant to eliminate his competition. He just does it with impeccable gentleman manners. I can't stand him. Can't use your truck, something's wrong with your booster. He opens the driver's door and smiles at me. His two partners already installed. Thank you for worrying about us. Really? We ibuprofen? Checked. Yes, we checked it recently. I'm sure it really is fine. It's not fine. You're going to blow yourselves up and take the whole street with you. He looks perplexed for an instant before the blonde woman in the passenger seat tells him in Russian. Sorry, we need to go. He elegantly takes its place, turns the ignition before I can say another word. Okay, so we blew up this time. Paul welcomes me again this morning. Chen is slowly sipping some water, settling into a ritual for this never-ending hangover. Okay, we're gonna try and save this guy one more time, but this is probably it for what we have time for today. This, we again go through the same dances, him smiling, me pleading. I have to change my approach. The Americans, the French, or I sabotaged your truck. Let's say the Americans. I heard they sabotaged your truck. The A word is not something the Soviets joke about. Here on Neoproxima, far from the public eye, both countries can resort to tactics that draw too much criticism on Earth. Why'd you tell me that? Beats me. Don't like this kind of tactic, that's all. Bondwoman interjects once again. Ivan's answer must have displeased her. Turns his head back to me, a big smile on his face. Alles klar, dear Farah. We will check that booster if you agree to have a drink with me this week. Alright, sure. Arms crossed, leaning on his door, he nods like the whole thing was his plan all along. Schauen Sie sich diesen verdammten Booster jetzt an. Don't know what you had planned, you fool. There won't be any shady meeting I win this round. Or do I? I guess I would take a secret meetup with Ivan instead of being trapped in the loop. His crew quickly gets out of the vehicle and behold, find their highly inflammable, completely experimental Colossus-inspired fuel tank was leaky. The Soviet black boots firmly in the black mud. Ivan gives a tap on one of his men's shoulders. Thank you. I'll have a word with the local representatives. Sitting on the crate nearby, his female friend nods in agreement while cleaning her Makarov. Something tells me the Americans won't like this conversation. If it ever happens. The bear shouts something in Russian. Mine is terrible, but I had to pick some pieces. The repairs will take 1 hour, just enough time to eat. We'll leave them to their repairs, heading back to the octopus. Time to eat. Well, I've been saved, we can enjoy our breakfast without interruption. What do we do now? I don't have any moving parts. I can't click anything. I don't know, Chen, what do we do now? We look at our rumours board. I guess that's probably it for the demo then. Oh no, there was a streamer mode that I did not check off. Uh-oh. Well, that's going to be a problem for later, Dizzy. For now, I'm going to say that is it from Neoproxima. Yeah, it has a cool, interesting time loop mechanic on top of things. I sort of knew that already, but I didn't want to spoil it for y'all, because I read that in the description. But I'm going to take you over to a little transition screen. We're going to be right back with the third game that we have today after I've had a bit of a drink, because my throat is a bit knackered from that. But to everyone watching, thank you so much who has been watching. Don't go away, because like I said, another game coming up. Unless you're on the VOD, in which case, make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing, and check out the next VOD when it drops. I'll see you all soon.